Hello everyone, it is Mike here, and welcome to another Rumble. These are Marcus's picks. We got Marcus's picks here. He won the big one, so he gets to bring in 30. And we're kicking things off with Wolverine, which is going to be really fun to have, especially this version. I love this version the best. Now, he picked his 30. Some of them were part of his team, which is the least you can do for, having a good team. However, there was a couple people that I've never seen before. So we're going to have a couple new faces, not a lot. But we are going to have a couple new people. But congratulations again to him and his big win. He struggled so much in the past. So it's good to see him take a W and finally win the big one. But yeah, this is dedicated to him, and these are his picks. So I hope you all enjoy it. He's got a great variety. He likes a lot of things that I like. So I'm going to enjoy this a lot. There's a couple people I don't know well, and maybe a couple people that I don't like as much as others. But overall, I really like a lot of these picks. And I like doing this because it kind of shows, it kind of tells everybody else what kind of stuff you like. I think it's kind of, you get to share your favorite people with everyone. So, and speaking of favorite, this guy's in a lot of people's favorites, and that is Jason. However, he has a mallet. He's not allowed to use it. And it's going to be Jason versus Wolverine. Oh, that's going to be awesome. Talk about two unkillable people. It's like, I know they've been killed before, but, they just keep on coming. And that's what makes them so special. And number 3 is Peter. Peter at 3. So, of course, Marcus is a big Family Guy fan, and so am I. And I'm telling you, Jason has not had a good year. He has not had a good year at all in these. He's just really has struggled. And we got Peter and Wolverine. But, yeah, I'm a big Family Guy fan, and so is Marcus. And so many good moments in that show. I can't even think of some of the, there's so many funny moments. There's some humor, of course, that doesn't hit like any show. But I love their humor. I love the cutaways. And I think the South Park creators said the cutaways are lazy. But I disagree. I actually do enjoy the cutaways. I do enjoy South Park a lot, though, too. And we got Vader here. So it's good to have him. Of course, he's going to be in a lot of people's favorite list. The classic, one of the greatest, if not the greatest villain of all time. There's always, I think it's a debate between the Joker and him. I don't think anyone touches those two. There's a couple people that are, in your top 10s, but no one's number 1 and 2 except for Vader and Joker, in my opinion. They have to be either 1 or 2 in everyone's list. I know some people probably like other people better, but I don't think anyone compares to those two. They're so iconic. They have the look. The only thing that kills me is Joker doesn't always have the backstory, which is crazy to me because most great villains have a great backstory, and sometimes his backstory has just been blank. So he's kind of a John Doe that's just raising havoc. But I think there's certain versions where he does have a backstory, but in a lot of versions he doesn't. So, and we got Davy Jones here. Speaking of a backstory, talk about a heartbreak. Davy Jones had his heart broken for sure. It's in a chest. That's how bad he got his heart broken. I love Davy. Davy's one of the best. I prefer him any day over Barbosa. And Marcus had 3 captains on his team. And in this one, he's going to have 4 captains. So, yeah, I thought that was cool that he brought them back, including one he added additionally. And we got Billy Butcher here at number 7 from The Boys. Love The Boys, one of my favorite shows. And he's one of my favorite characters. Homelander and him are the top tier, for sure. And in my opinion, nobody can kill Homelander except for Billy Butcher. I don't know how they're going to plan Homelander's death, because it's going to happen. I don't think he's going to walk out alive. But I think the best case scenario is you take Homelander and Billy Butcher and they take each other out. I think it has to go down that way. Or Billy dies saving the rest of them, but he takes Homelander with him. They have to take each other out. They are just, basically, they are just the bane in each other's existence. It's like, especially Homelander, how he's a bane in Billy's existence, for sure. But I love those two characters. Billy's kind of an anti-hero at this point. He's not even a good guy. But I love those two characters. And number 9, we got Rorschach, one of my favorites. This is the first time we've seen him this year. I like the 19 version a lot better, but I am a big Watchmen fan, and I love Rorschach. He is one of my favorite DC characters ever. I have a poster of him. I've read some of the graphic novel. Love Zack Snyder's movie. Just everything about the Watchmen I love. And he is the best part of the Watchmen. Especially better than Night Owl, who is just a loser. Let's just face the facts. He's a loser. But yeah. One of my favorites. He's probably up there with Batman for me. Obviously very controversial to say, but I think he's better than Superman. I think he's better than Lantern. I mean, I just like him. There's something about that character. He has a rough backstory about him. He's just kind of a detective, just like Batman is. So that's why I like him so much. And talk about a rough upbringing. If you ever watched the Watchmen movie, it's just crazy. And he is definitely the best character, and he's all about the truth. And he's all about setting the truth free, and some people don't want that in the end. But I just think the character's beloved, and if he had like a series like the other heroes do, he would be one of the greatest of all time in everyone's book. I think the fact that he is just basically part of one story is the reason why he's not the GOAT. Well, I don't think he could beat Bat no matter what. But I think he could beat some of the other ones. And there goes Wolverine. So he just beat Wolverine, though. And we got Captain Hook also here. Of course, not allowed to bring his hook. It is illegal. He's not allowed to have it. And yeah, we're almost full here. We need one more person and we will be full. So it has just been a heck of a cast here. Marcus with a great cast, as usual. Always just bringing it. I mean, he's definitely... And I need to give you all some more opportunities for your own picks. I like to give the people that win the stuff the picks, but I need to, give everyone a chance. And number 10 is Price. Of course, we have to have Captain Price. Call of Duty legend. And smoking on that cigar. I still like Soap better. Soap is my boy. That Modern Warfare series, 1 through 3, not the newer ones, but the 1 through 3 is so good. It is one of the best storylines ever. I mean, Makarov, he was a bad guy. He was a bad guy. And he was well written, and of course you had Soap, you had Yuri, you had Captain Price, and you had Gaz, who always blocked the doorways. Yeah, I can't stand Gaz. And then of course Nikolai, my favorite. And then there was Briggs. I think there was a Sergeant Briggs. R.I.P. to some of those guys. I know they didn't make it out, especially Gaz, because he was always in the way, whether it be in the doorway or in the bullet's way. He's always in the way. I could not stand that character. Almost as bad as Shepard for me. I hate Shepard too. Don't even get me started on that and the whole backstory I had with Shepard. And there goes Davy Jones. So a captain gets rid of a captain. And we got the bat here also, so we'll see what happens here. I mean, we could have a standout. I think Marcus picked a lot of heavy hitters. It's going to take longer than usual, I think, with all these heavy hitters here. And not a lot of super heavyweights, but a lot of great overalls. So. And we got Daredevil. And, of course, Marcus needs to put this guy in. Saving that, basically saving his reign and getting him the finish in that tournament. And, yeah, he definitely, Marcus owes him this for sure. Of course, I cannot wait for Born Again. Born Again is going to be awesome. You know, Charlie Cox is the best Daredevil. You know, the Ben Affleck's not. Let's just face the facts. He is not the best. And the bat gets rid of one. Trying to see who it was. And it's Billy Butcher, and we got Jon Snow at 12. So it's good to see Jon again. And, you know, when it comes to Game of Thrones and what it means to be a man, what it means to be a leader, Jon is the best representation of it. You know, he is basically the Aragon of Thrones. He's the noble one. He makes mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. But he comes from nothing. You know, he's told basically all of his life that, you know, obviously he's a bastard in the show. And he's basically, some people can't stand that. They treat him like crap, and other people give him words of encouragement like Tyrion. And Jon's the best character. I wasn't always a fan of that actor, but he really grew on me on the show. The first couple seasons, I think, oh, this guy's a whiner. And then he really builds his character once he, you know, goes to the wall and everything. And I really think he's the best leader. The best leaders don't want to be leaders. Those are the best. And we got Arthur Fleck here. And Marcus requested this version. He wanted this version, which is the Joaquin Phoenix version. My second favorite version. I don't know, probably my third, if we count Arkham Asylum. Because I think Mark Hamill is, and speaking of Arthur, there he goes. So he didn't make it that far. And number 14 is Voss. So another great villain. One of video games' greatest villains of all time. From Far Cry 3. And, yeah. What is the definition of insanity? That's all I have to say. Definitely one of the best lines ever in a game. And that whole speech he gives, Michael Mondo just, he plays some really great characters, whether it be Nacho or Voss. And Hook dodged the, and here we have El Santo at number 15. And this is one Marcus had to tell me about because I had no idea. He's a Mexican wrestler. So, he's probably a luchador, part of one of their leagues. I'm not familiar on all the leagues. I just know the main ones. I'm not an expert. I let you all be the experts. I just do the work for this and have fun with it. Without this, I wouldn't even do it. You know, this is a key factor. If we just had regular people all the time, I wouldn't even do it. And we got Thor at 16. Another great character. Marcus had some of the Avengers here, which I really like them. And Thor was another one kind of grew on me. You know, I actually like the Dark World. I know people are probably just, you know, taking a sledgehammer to their keyboards as I'm saying that, but I actually like the Dark World. I think the Dark World is good. And Ragnarok's the best one. I'm not a fan of number 1's kind of cheesy, I think. And number 4's kind of cheesy. But I like him as a character, and I love Loki. I think Loki's really done well. And we got the Night King here. He's going by a different name here, which is like, I think it's Spanish for invader. I don't know why. Maybe he goes by that in the book, or I don't know why that name's on there. But I had to find a really good one, and he was definitely a good one to have. But I still prefer 19's version. Same thing goes with Rorschach. I like both of those versions better. But not to knock on the creator. It's just, I just like, I like a lot of 19 versions better. And El Santo. Oh, man, he's getting double teamed. And he is new. We've never had him before. We've never had this guy. And I'm glad Marcus introduced him to me. And maybe we need to put more people like this in that are from other leagues. You know, maybe we need to do something like that. Because, you know, obviously I do the 2 main brands. But there's all these independent companies and all, of course, New Japan, all kinds of stuff that I'm not very familiar with, that everyone seems to love. Some people love the action better on those because they swing for the fences. That's why they love it so much. Voss is here. Well, Voss has been here. he came from underneath, and had a good counter there. And we got a full ring here, and we have to get rid of somebody before we get another. Which, you know, sometimes can be a hassle because if they do this for 5 minutes, it drags everything out. But also, if they do it for 5 minutes, we're going to see a lot of people out at once. So, you know. And it looks like we're going to lose Hook here. So Marcus is going to lose another captain. And man, wow, they just abandoned Thor. Oh my goodness, he's just laying there. Look, just a straight shot. Rorschach did not go for it, which might have been a good idea. I mean, he was there for like a minute. I think you should always go for it if you think you can get it. Maybe he saw something, and there goes somebody. Oh, it's Price. So Price is finished. And poor Voss is in trouble. Oh, and Voss is done. He stood no match against Rorschach, who is cooking right now, I'm telling you. And Marcus wanted Taker. You know, I wanted all creative, so I got him from the community, and I didn't use the other one. So that way it's a legit title. It's a legit title that way. I still wanted to use him. You know, I still like the picks that he made. I just had to go in and get a different version. So it's probably like one of those where they customize the regular ones, but it still counts because I had to download it. And here comes Pinhead. And oh man, there goes Thor. And Rorschach just continues to cook. I mean, he is doing a great job. And he tried to get rid of Taker. That did not work. Look there. Oh, what a nasty DDT. And Night King is finished. And we got Iron Man at 20. So they just keep on coming. And it's a great roster. I just really enjoy this one. And I'm excited to see who wins this. Who's going to take it all in the end. Because we have a couple standouts here. I mean, Rorschach has been a standout in this. So is John. John's been doing really well also. So this is some great picks by Marcus here. And El Santo's finally done. And Rorschach continues his wrath. Him and John have been in here for a while. And I'll see how long they can go. And 21 is Bane. Of course, you have to have Bane. He's always fun. He's always fun, and they made him easy to make for the most part. I mean, there is still, you gotta, I don't know, you still gotta do some scans. And trying to see who that was. Somebody else joined. They're wearing all black. It's Jon Snow took care of him. Oh, it's Taker. Okay, wow. Snow and Rorschach are the ones to beat right now. They have had a heck of a performance here. And 22 is the Blue Demon. This is the second guy. So this is the second guy Marcus told me about. Maybe the other guy's an actor. I don't know. I'm not familiar with these guys, but I'm glad to have them. I'm glad to have them because, you know, it's something new, something fresh. I like fresh. So I know sometimes we don't get that. And I think a lot of people started noticing that during the tournament. And, you know, I noticed there was a little drop-off at a little point. It wasn't all the whole time, but there was a couple of them that kind of dropped off. And I don't know if people were just busy or if they got tired or what. But, oh, we got Vecna at 23. One of my favorite new villains from Stranger Things. Oh, my goodness. This guy is like a representation of bad mental health. And I think he's just played excellent by Jamie Campbell Bower, who, by the way, I think should, if I would make my own movie, Jeff would definitely play, Jamie would definitely play Jeff. He looks just like him. He looks just like him. I've always said that, but, you know, if that would ever happen, if my dreams ever did come true, which I doubt if they ever will, I think he'll be too old for the role by then, if they were to happen. It's not looking good. It's not looking good right now because I'm always running out of time. And time can't be bought back. And I'm not putting neuro links in my head. I'm not putting Elon stuff in my head. You know, that kind of scares me. I'm not a fan of putting chips in my head. I don't know how all that stuff's going to work in 20 years. It's going to be crazy 20 years from now. I don't know what we're going to get. You know, AI is super scary. And I don't know what artificial intelligence is going to bring us. I really hope it doesn't kill creative. And, I watched an interview with Ben Affleck, which sometimes I don't take his advice. But I really like what he had to say, that maybe the AI is going to be a tool for creators. Like a craft, like a tool for a craft. And I'm hoping that's the case. Some of the stuff I've seen AI built is just not impressive so far. I'm not very impressed with some of the stuff. I had this one thing for a while, and I tell you, I couldn't get a picture to save my life the way I want it. And there's still stuff they mess up with, because it's not like a human. I still prefer human art better. I have used some AI, but it was mainly for some images, and for the most part, I had to use those images that I've shown you before of some of the characters I built with AI. Those images are... some of those images took like 20 some runs to get, and I'm still not satisfied 100% with them. You have to realize that some of them, the images came out really good, but some of them I just had to keep on going and going and going, putting more detail into the writing. There's all kinds of aspects to it, so I still prefer human creation for sure, any day of the week. And I think there's going to be a lot of backlash on it too. If it starts taking a lot of people's jobs, if it starts hurting, actors and all kinds of stuff, I think there's going to be a big pushback. But there's only so much you can do against money. Money has power. So I don't know how all that's going to work, and I really don't want to know. I just rather just leave it a mystery and enjoy the present day. And we got Mr. X here. And, oh my goodness, just leveled Vecna. So Vecna's done. This Blue Demon guy, he's trying to hang in there. I mean, he doesn't have the size advantage. I don't know how big he is in real life, but I think the other guy might have been an actor. I'm not for sure. He explained one was an actor and one was a wrestler, something like that. Oh my goodness, what a big boot. I'm telling you, Rorschach is cooking. Jon Snow is cooking. They have been in this forever. And, I think there's a certain point where you become unstoppable in these things. Maybe it's a glitch, maybe it's something, because they should be done by now. And Blue Demon gets rid of somebody. And we still have Snow in. Who did Blue Demon get? Can never keep track of everybody, and I always have a hard time, especially from the angle. There goes Blue Demon. And wow, it's Mr. X. Blue Demon took down Mr. X. That's pretty impressive. And 26 is Homelander. One of my favorites. I'm telling you, Homelander and Vecna, the two best villains right now. And I would probably throw the front man from Squid Games in also. Best villains on TV right now. I think the front man needs to be more explored before I can, put him. I mean, I'd probably put him at my number 3 TV villain right now. But Homelander and Vecna. I think Homelander's number 1, and I think Vecna's, pretty up there. I was very impressed with that last season of Stranger Things, and I cannot wait for the conclusion of that show. That's if the kids aren't in the nursing home by the time we get it. And I'm 6 foot under. I hope we get it soon, because I really love that show. Some people don't like it. I don't understand why. And we got Freddy at 27. Speaking of Vecna, kind of based off of Freddy. Has the long fingers kind of like him. I know Freddy's is more of, razor sharp razors. But there's a lot of inspiration from Freddy, for Vecna. Vecna it's also, the show's based in the 80s. So he's got a lot of, similarities. He deals more with a mental illness compared to a nightmare. So I actually enjoy that better. I think a lot more people can relate to that. I mean, some people have nightmares. I'll tell you, I have some crazy dreams. The other day, I had a dream that I owed. I was watching this podcast, and there's this guy, and his name's like Lee something. He's a director. He directed The Invisible Man and The Wolf Man. And I had a dream. I've never even seen what this guy looks like, but I heard his name repeatedly on a podcast before I went to bed that night. And I had a dream that I owed him $24,000, and he was trying to find me to collect the money. I know, like, what? It's like, that was a weird dream. And 29, we got Moxley. We got John in the house. And Rorschach just continues. Oh my goodness, him and Snow are just killing it right now. And Iron's still in this. And we got Manhattan at 30. Oh my goodness, that is a nightmare for everyone. And Dr. Manhattan, another member of the Watchmen. I'm glad he's wearing pants. Let me just say that. I want to first of all say that. Glad he's wearing those. Because obviously I'm surprised some weirdo on the Community did not, make a different version. Oh my goodness. Please don't. Please don't. I don't think I don't think they'll go that far. I don't think they'll go that far. But Dr. Manhattan's a great character. I mean, he's overpowered. Obviously, I don't like anyone overpowered. But I do like how he can be mentally attacked, which he is. And, it doesn't matter how powerful you are. If you can be attacked mentally, it doesn't matter how physically powerful you are. And that's what happens in The Watchmen. And I really don't want to give it away if you haven't seen it. Finally, Snow is done. Rorschach continues. And I would love to see Rorschach versus Dr. Manhattan. I would love to see that. That would be an epic finale. And oh, Homelander tried to charge. He wouldn't stand a chance against Manhattan's unstoppable. Like I said, the only person, and Rorschach is finally done. So Cap got him, and sometimes I think there's some kind of glitch going on where they can't be done, which I thought we were going to get that. I thought he was going to win, but I'm actually surprised he didn't win. So we are now down to 4. So we are closer to the end here, and poor John is probably finished. He really stands no chance against these 3. But if he pulls this off, it would be a spectacle for sure. And John with an epic clothesline. And just going all around. Okay, John. We'll see how far you can go, John. And, okay. We'll see if Moxley can pull it off. It's a very narrow road, but, who knows? He might have what it takes. He's going up against 3 super heroes. One super villain. Yeah, Dr. Manhattan would kill both of these guys. All he has to do is just shoot something out of his fingers and they just dissolve. He's OP. I don't know who would win between Dr. Manhattan and Superman. That would be a good fight. But I think Manhattan's would beat him. But don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure. I actually want to look that up when this is all done. I want to look that up after this. Who would be the best? Manhattan or Clark Kent? Man, I'm telling you, the psychological manipulation towards Manhattan and Watchmen is just unbelievable. And Homelander, one punch did it. So we are down to 2, and this is going to be an epic showdown. Of course, Manhattan does have 30. So he's in a good position here. Oh my. Oh my goodness, this is a great showdown. I love the showdown. And it's just a solid one for sure. What we're getting between these two. Who is going to take it? Marcus did a heck of a job with this cast. And it was good seeing Rorschach and Manhattan. I kind of forgot about him this year. But it was good to have him again. Rorschach had the best performance, no matter who wins this. He had the best performance. John did really well, too. And, it's done. Yeah, he can't beat Manhattan. And, yeah, it's kind of sad that number 30 did it, but whatever. He's not going to WrestleMania. He should know better. He's smart enough to know. Yeah, especially in that attire, he's not going. He's banned. He can go back on his planet and cry his eyes out. That's where he can go. He's not going to Mania, but he's a little bit upset. Okay, you can get upset all you want. I'm not the one that got psychologically manipulated. Okay? So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it. Marcus, wow. Great cast. Great cast. A couple of them I didn't know. A couple of them, I'm just, they're all right. But for the most part, I love this cast. I love this cast. And Manhattan takes it. It's good to see him back in business again. However, he's not going to Mania. Number 30, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'll see you all later.